Hello and welcome to Varsity Blues. Alex Prasad, Scott Wagner, Peter Sala pouting on the end there. We just were talking about this 2 seconds ago. 5 weeks ago, Michigan was 4-0. Looked like the team had turned the corner. Tate Forcier was shredding Notre Dame's defense at key moments in time, and all was well in Ann Arbor. Times have changed a little bit, folks.
Long time ago.
It seems like a very long time ago. After this 38-13 loss to by far the worst team in the Big Ten. Guys, we'll start with you first, Peter. Where is Michigan football left standing? We'll talk about this more later, but just, quickly.
I don't know. I mean, we have to get existential here. We have to question our purpose of existence in the sports universe. That's all I can say. We could do a whole philosophy 300 level class on this, but we'll have to fit it in this one show.
It certainly appears that the brand of Michigan football is more permanently tarnished than we anticipate.
Yeah, it's just a very interesting exercise, especially us, going through our 4 years of college, just to remember that Michigan football does not have losing seasons. And alas, here Michigan is. They look like a shadow of the Bo Schembechler days. It's a little frustrating.
Even mention of a losing season, ludicrous, just 2 weeks ago. Well, let's take a look at why we are so down and why you are probably so down as well. Let's take a look at the highlights. This was not pretty, folks. The first half, the team looked all right, except for this play. Second play from scrimmage, Juice Williams looking like Juice Williams from last year when he had over 400 yards of total offense by himself. 27-yard run on that second play from scrimmage, And here finding Mike LaShore in the flat again. Next play, Aurelius Ben in the flat. Dave Heffy all over again right there. But this time, Aurelius Ben from the backfield, acrobatic dive into the end zone, 7-0 Illinois right off the bat. Things look bad, but Michigan responds. Tate Forcier to Kevin Koger right there. Here's Carlos Brown breaking a few tackles. Offensive line looking okay too. Here's Forcier throwing the flat, giving Illinois a taste of their own medicine. Roy Roundtree catching a pass. Go figure. And then Greg Matthews, not quite into the end zone, but don't worry, it's Michigan football. He got the ball inside the 2 on first down. No worries. Touchdown Carlos Brown. 7-7. So Michigan awakes from its, 5-minute slumber right there. Ties the game up in Champaign at Memorial Stadium. Capacity of 60,000. It's a small stadium. Very different than the big house. So things looking okay for Michigan. And its defense playing very well. Here a third down attempt stuffed by the Michigan defense. Forces an Illinois punt. Everything seems to be going pretty well, but oh wait, Michigan cannot field punts. Junior Hemingway muffs it, but then Illinois bails out Michigan there with a wide left field goal. Still 7-7, 38-yarder right there. Things looking good. Again, the Michigan defense backs up Illinois. This time, Junior Hemingway, Rich Rod sticks with him. It's got a nice little return here of 12 yards. Michigan starts with the ball in Illinois territory and trying to make something out of nothing. Carlos Brown here busts a big run out on the left side, and you saw the Greg Matthews hold pretty clearly right there. That one comes back, and then it looks like Michigan self-destructs, but you saw a face mask. Tate Forcier draws that personal foul penalty, and Jason Olasnavich caps off the drive 10-7. A little disappointing they didn't get a touchdown, but the defense is playing great. There's Brandon Graham sacking Juice Williams, who looked like the Juice Williams of 2009, not 2008. And then the Michigan offense, everything working for them, even the play-action pass, Peter.
Yeah, Tate Forcier really did a good job selling that play-action pass.
You see the cornerback right there, number 31, bit on the play-action, and then the safety nearly missed a tackle. Could have been a big play for Michigan. But again, struggles in the red zone, can't finish it off. Olasnavich does, though. He's only missed one field goal all year. It was like a 19-yarder as well. All right, 13-7. Michigan looking pretty good after that field goal, and that's the way it would end going into the half. In the second half, Roy Roundtree with a long reception of 76 yards. He was running that slow in real life as well, folks. He was running very slow at the end of that run. He's ruled down at the 1, no fumble. So Michigan football inside the 1-yard line. Let's just pound it. Score a touchdown. Carlos Brown stuffed. Carlos Brown stuffed again. Here's third and goal. Carlos Brown, touchdown. Right, Scott?
Well, it sure looks like it to me, but obviously it was not called a touchdown on the field. But when we look at these replays, when you pause it right there, that's the first time he hits. It sure looks like the ball's across the goal line. But alas, it was not called a touchdown on the field, and then we had to move on to fourth down.
And then Brandon Miner, one of only 2 snaps he played all game, fumbles it into the end zone. Oh no, he didn't fumble it. He was down on the 1-inch line as replay confirmed the ruling on the field was incorrect. And Michigan stuffed 4 straight times on, yes, literally the 1-inch line. Watching that referee mark off that was just disheartening. So Michigan can't pound it in, and Big Mo definitely moved over to Illinois' sideline. There's a pitch to Mike LaShore on a 3rd down. Michigan defense could have stood strong there, and then LaShore, oh, look at that. That's a lot of green, lots of real estate in front of him. That big run gives Illinois a small lead. Things still could be okay? Not really. Even I was faked out on that one. Juice Williams finds his fullback right there. Another Illinois touchdown. Juice Williams runs. Another Illinois touchdown. You saw Mike Williams get completely confused right there. And then the Michigan offense, well, moving the ball, but losing the ball. Tate Forcier fumble, and then one more time for good measure, Tate Forcier fumble. So we made the disappointing parts go very quickly, and Jonas Mouton is confused, as he normally is when playing football for Michigan. And now we are confused, guys. And we'll take a look at the stats in just a second, but one of the things that stood out, certainly from that Michigan offense, 5 for 14 on 3rd down, Scott. Tate Forcier sacked himself a number of times, but also Illinois was getting pretty good pressure on Forcier.
Yeah, and the weird thing about it is the offensive line was doing a really good job on runs, but on passes they were really struggling. And like you were saying, Tate Forcier did have some trouble. He was holding on to the ball too long. And when you combine him holding on to the ball too long, and plus the Illinois defensive line played very well, definitely outmatched the Michigan offensive line. When you do that, especially on 3rd down, which a lot of times was a passing situation for Michigan, it just ended up not being a good recipe.
And of course, Peter, turnovers again.
Turnover. How many times have we talked about turnovers? I'm sick about it. I'm not going to say anything. I've talked about turnovers way too much on this show.
You just refuse to speak about turnovers. Well, there's some of the sobering notes that you can look at. Illinois hasn't beaten Michigan twice in a row since 1955 and 56.
The Eisenhower administration.
Exactly. Without that Eisenhower administration, I would have not gotten to Champaign to watch this game. Eisenhower interstate system. We just turned this into a history show. Let's not talk about Michigan football. Of course, also Illinois' first FBS win of 2009. You'll see their schedule in a moment. Their only win was against Eastern Illinois, I believe, and there's the sobering stats: 377 rushing yards. Perhaps improvement. Juice Williams only with 260 or so total yards of offense instead of the 400 or whatever he had, or at least over 300 at Michigan Stadium a year ago. Tate Forcier comes out looking his stats not so awful, and neither Carlos Brown. 25 carries, 110 yards, a touchdown. But 3 for 7 in the red zone, 3 fumbles lost overall. Disappointment all over the place. So let's move to Tate Forcier himself. Certainly the offensive line didn't play great in pass protection, as you mentioned, Scott. But how much of this game rests on Tate Forcier's shoulders, and in particular, perhaps his right shoulder?
I think he definitely struggled in the game, even given the injuries and even given some of the struggles that the defense had. Obviously, I'm not going to put this game all on Tate. Mainly, I'm going to put this game on the defense. But he definitely struggled a lot of times, especially missing open receivers and not knowing when to get rid of the ball when the pressure was coming. So, you got to cut him a little bit of slack because the defense didn't do him too many favors, and he's only a freshman. But he definitely did not play well on Saturday.
Peter? Tate,
well, I think
question mark.
Tate, question mark. I think the injury, his injured shoulder, has been really the storyline of his season since that Indiana game when he dived into the end zone. I really don't think he's been 100%. There's rumors on the internet of a shoulder sprain, which simply requires a lot of rest to heal. And obviously he's been playing every week, so he hasn't had a chance to heal yet and may not heal until the offseason. He also had a concussion a few weeks ago. Let's not forget that. I don't think he's been playing at 100% the last few weeks.